Hey, I'm Brandon.
Hey, I'm Andy here.
And this is BRS Painting Brush Roll Spray, and this is 5 DIY interior painting tips.
Let's get at it. So what is the first and number one most important thing that you think homeowners need to know when they come to painting?
Prep. Be organized, have the proper tools, do your research on your products and your equipment. I noticed a lot of places have like these DIY kits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like them?
No, I don't. I wish we had a kit, that we could give homeowners,
There we go.
But yeah, prep is king. If you're dropping off a room, you want to make sure that every surface on the floor is covered. Anything that's not supposed to have paint on it should have some sort of protective covering on it. Either drop cloths, plastic, and plastics is important even when it's covering, your furniture, just for the simple fact that you're going to be sanding and dust goes everywhere.
And it is not easy to clean up.
It's not. It's not easy to clean up. So you want to make sure you're covering everything and staying organized. We'll have a list of tools that we commonly give out in the description for you.
So I'm going to go back to this staying organized. So when you mean staying organized, does that mean I just throw my tools wherever I want, wherever I'm at?
No, you should keep them with you. Throw them in a bucket. Keep the bucket in the room with you, and just everything you could possibly use to paint that room, just have that in that bucket.
Now when you talk about stuff in a bucket, so one of the things I've seen on the job sites is the outlet covers and stuff. So the guys keep those in buckets when they take them off?
Yeah, when you take them off, just make sure they all stay in a centralized location. Most of the time we use a cut pot. We just throw them in there and then we put them by shop. Yeah.
I love it.
And always take off your outlet covers and your vent covers.
Prep is, like you said, prep is king. It's extremely important, even with us being successful on the job sites. Like making sure that our guys the crews are prepped out, right?
Yeah, makes you efficient and it makes you quick. Makes you speedy.
So another one that we talk about and that we've heard questions about is what kind of rollers we use. What kind of our naps, how to use them.
Roller technique is kind of important. I would say even more than cutting out, because typical most homeowners DIYs, they're going to be using tape. When it comes to rolling, I always suggest taping off your roller cover, get rid of all your fur, wet it down a little bit, just a little bit. You don't have to saturate the roller cover, just a little bit, and that allows the paint to draw into the roller cover. And then also roll with a pole. Make your V's, your W's, and your N's, and spread the product out efficiently without killing yourself, because I want you to go from the ceiling to the floor, starting in the middle of the wall. So up and down, all the way down.
Not all the way on this side, and then make small little...
Well, you want to start in a corner, but you don't want to put it directly in the corner. You want to start, about 2 feet off the corner, and then work your way into the corner, and then go either right or left, depending upon which direction you prefer. I like to go right.
Oh, I honestly had no idea about wetting the nap.
Yeah, and just wet it down just a tiny bit. It allows the paint to draw into the roller nap faster.
Oh, that's awesome. And obviously that helps with the spreadability of being able to actually utilize the paint a little farther, right?
Not really, no. It just keeps the roller in good condition, and also not pressing hard. You're not trying to press through the wall. Let the roller cover do its job. I always see people just pressing really, really hard, and what that does is it doesn't allow the paint to absorb into the roller cover like it should, and release the paint like it should. Keep your roller cover nice and fluffy. That's what I say. It's fluffy kitty.
I love it. One of the things that obviously we see is, tape at homes, because homeowners use tape because they don't necessarily want to have to freehand it, right? Yeah,
a lot of homeowners don't know how to freehand, and typically, I put this tip above rolling, but I think rolling's so important, especially when it's coming from homeowners. When I look down the wall and I see just a bunch of flashing, it's absolutely insane. I can't even look at the cut at that point because I know what it's going to look like. One of the tips that I give when you're done taping the room off, you're taping around your door jambs, you're taping the top of your baseboards, you're taping your ceiling lines, is to take a clear tube of caulk, cut a tiny hole in the top of it, and just put a tiny bead on the edge of the tape where it's touching the wall, and that'll create like a membrane. Because most of your blue tape, your frog tape, things like that, it's great for one coat.
Okay.
You can hit it once without it bleeding underneath, but that second coat, because a lot of paints don't cover in one, you'll get a little bit of bleed through underneath, and that caulk actually holds up after 2 coats. So really like that.
I love that tip. Now I have to ask, when you're talking about putting up bead, do we smooth it out or just leave it?
Oh yeah. So you're gonna caulk it, rub it down with your finger, keep a wet rag on you, wipe any excess residue off your finger onto the wet rag, and just keep going.
Awesome.
It adds a little bit more time to the project, but if you're really looking to do a quality job and have those crisp, clean lines, when we do, say, stripes on a wall, we're caulking every tape seam, just so we have that nice, crisp, clean line and no bleed through and no touch-ups.
I love that. I think that's awesome. It's a great tip.
Yeah.
When we think of all this, what is a big thing that it takes? It takes time, right?
Number 4, I would recommend having a lot of patience. It's going to be a lot of nights, a lot of weekends to paint an entire house, especially if your house is a little larger and if you're trying to do a quality job.
Yeah.
If you're really trying to,
you want it to look nice.
You want it to look nice. You spend all this money on the paint and materials and things like that. Your decor is very important to you. Have patience. It's going to take a little bit of time.
No, I think patience is huge, especially like you said, painting is not super easy.
No, the painting is all patience.
Yeah.
Patience and prep. Patience and prep. That's what painting is all about.
I absolutely love it. So what if I don't want to buy the materials, take the time to measure out how much paint I need? I don't have patience to paint.
Yeah.
What
So I would suggest hiring a contractor. If you've ran out of patience, it just seems a little overwhelming, hire a contractor and make sure that, it's a good fit. It's really, really nice, especially as you get into your 40s, 50s, and 60s. It's just nice to come home from work and it's already done. You can enjoy your space. I'm not saying in the 30s you can't afford it or whatnot, but you don't see the value in hiring someone else to do it. You want to come into the space and you want to enjoy it. You don't want to spend your weekends. I'd rather, hang out with friends on the weekends or, run around with my kids and do sporting events and stuff like that than, hey, guess what?
I'm painting.
I'm painting my house. That's what I'm doing this weekend. I'm not doing anything else but painting my house. And you typically get a bunch of buddies over and you feed them with beer, and then it's just... It never comes out the way you want it. So yeah, I would definitely hire a contractor if these 4 other steps seem overwhelming. Okay, so we got prep, we've got your roller techniques, we got the clear caulk over tape, we've got patience, and then if all else fails, hire a contractor. Let's make sure that you're not putting yourself in a dangerous situation as well, because some of these stairwells, atrium walls, things like that, they're tough to do.
Well, how many times do people? How many places people have ladders that are large enough to reach them, and to go and buy one of those ladders and use them one time? Like, it just doesn't make sense, right?
It doesn't make sense at all. So that's 5 tips for DIY and interior painting projects. And you got anything else to say, Amanda?
I think you should follow us on our Instagram at Brush Roll Spray Painting. We also have Facebook. You can find us. Check out our website. You can check out our recent blogs that we have on there at brspainting.com.
All right, thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.